Greetings to all. I am Nisal Fernandepulle, leader and team member of Team 2. We, my teammates Namit Nimlaka, Trishana Puhami, and I, are here to do a presentation on our Run Challenge application to give you a brief idea on how our app works. In this presentation, we will be taking you through all the features of this application and the code blocks we use to achieve the specific features. Before talking about the features in depth, I would now give you a brief introduction of why our app was built and what our app is capable of. This app is built in such a way that athletes can train and track their progress using their phone. The user can request a random destination, and if they are happy with the destination, they can begin the run. The app will track the user's location, distance from start and final destination, and the time taken to reach the final destination, which will give the path taken, time taken, distance ran, and the average speed of the run once the run is saved. The user also can request for a different destination if the current destination is not reachable. When the user is 10 meters from destination, the run can be saved. The saved runs can be reattempted and saved, so the user can track for any progress for the same run. The saved runs also can be deleted by tapping on the run and clicking the bin icon on the screen. For further understanding, we have also provided you a user guide which will guide you through the app. Here, for our first feature, which is saving details of a successful run, was achieved by the use of a run class, which is created with the necessary attributes such as run ID, start location, end location, and so on, and their corresponding get and set methods for all necessary attributes. For our second feature, which is location detection and tracking, in which the location of where the user is currently at is detected, tracked, and is stored and displayed on the interactive map. This was achieved by the user of a function geolocation.watchPosition, which tracks user's location by the user's latitude and longitude values, which are stored into variables. Here we use crd_lat to store latitude coordinates and crd_long to store longitude coordinates. For our third feature, destination generation and display of a random location. Here, a random location was created and a marker will be displayed as a red pointer on the destination, and the user is to run to this location as fast as they can. This feature is called when new destination button is clicked, and this button is only enabled when the accuracy of user's location is less than 20 meters. The random destination function, which takes the user's current location as latitude and longitude coordinates and creates a random location 60 to 150 meters away from it, and then returns this generated random destination's coordinates. This location is then added as a layer on the interactive map represented as a red pointer to mark the destination user should run to. Now, I would like to introduce Namit Nimlaka to take you through some other features of our app, such as beginning a run, completing a run, persistent storage of run instance, and showing the list of runs. Namit?
Thank you, Vishal. Hello, my name is Namit Nimlaka, and I will be taking you through the features for beginning a run, completing a run, persistent storage of a run, and showing a list of runs. We will first go over beginning a run to a random destination. A run is started when the begin run button is clicked, and the user is expected to run to the destination given, and the distance to his destination is updated and shown constantly. The begin run function is called when the begin run button is clicked, but the button is only enabled if a random destination has been found. When it is called, the function makes the current location of the user as the start location for the run and stores the coordinates for this location. This location is then displayed on the interactive map as the start position of the user. These are all done by the begin run function, which is called when the begin run button is clicked, and this also calculates the distance from the user to the destination and the user's distance to their start location using a Pythagoras rule for the coordinates between two locations, and actively displays both distances at the top of the page as a message to the user. For this next feature, we will talk about the completion of a run. When the user is within 10 meters to the destination provided, the run is considered to be completed and congratulates the user with a run is completed message, and the total distance and time taken are displayed on the screen. This is done by an if statement code block, which checks if the distance to the destination is less than 10 meters, and if it isn't, it keeps tracking until user's location is within 10 meters to the final destination. As soon as it is within the scope of the condition, it calculates the total distance and time taken by the user with respect to the path he has taken. This information will then output at the top of the page along with a celebratory toast message to the user. This data about the total distance and total time taken are also stored as properties for each of the run objects. Now going into the persistent storage of run distances. Once a run is completed, it can be saved using the save button at the top of the page, and the run would be stored in the local storage. This is done when the save button is clicked, which runs the save run function, which asks the user to enter a name for the run and creates a summary for the run using data of the total distance traveled and total time taken for that run, and stores these data in properties of the runs object. The object is then appended to the array of saved runs taken from the local storage, and the array is then saved back into the local storage after the new run object has been added. Finally, I shall talk about showing the list of runs. The saved runs are all displayed on the past runs page as a list and is updated once a new run is saved. This is done by retrieving an array of the saved runs from the local storage and displaying the name of each run and the summary of that run as its titles. All these runs are shown as a list, directly created into the DOM using the JavaScript file mainpage.js. Now I would like to invite Trishant Apuhan to introduce you to the next few features, risks and preventions, and improvements for this application. Trishant?
Thank you, Namit. I am Prashant Appuham. I'll be taking you through the final two features for viewing a run, repeating a run, risk, and improvements. First, I will talk about the feature of viewing a run. The user may repeat a run that he has previously completed by clicking on the reattempt run button and redo the previously completed run again, and even delete a run that he or she finds unnecessary by clicking on the delete button. The map is displayed and the necessary markers for the start and the end locations and path taken are shown. The user completion time and the distance are provided. These are all done in the viewRunPage.js, which gets necessary information from the local storage and displays these data, which includes the start and the end location of the run and the path taken by the user, which are all displayed as markers on the interactive map. The total distance, the time taken, and the average speed of the run at the top of the page. The user may even call the delete run function by clicking on the delete button, which splices out the run from the array of runs and deletes it out of the list of runs. Now I will talk about the feature repeating a run. The user can repeat a run that he has previously completed by clicking on the reattempt run button to check on their progress. The user can reattempt the run, but he has to be within 10 meters to where the run has started to reattempt it, and is done by reattempt run function. Now I will go through the risks and improvement for this application. One of the risks is the user is given a new destination which is in others' private properties, and the user gains accidental unauthorized access. As a prevention for this issue, we should use a feature that shows nearby obstacles so the user can request for a new destination before starting the run. Another risk is the user may encounter devastating injuries if he walks into a path of vehicle or any other obstacle. As a prevention for this issue, a feature should be added to that shows the traffic and the work level of where vehicles and obstacles may exist. The final risk is that there are low security measures within the application, and the user location can be easily accessed by hackers. As a prevention for this issue, the location of the user is hashed and encoded using a hashing algorithm, so that when it is retrieved, it has no meaning to the hacker till it is decoded. These algorithms can be done by number theory or using prime numbers, or by running ASCII values of the data through a personal algorithm. Now we have reached the end of our presentation, and I would like to know if anyone has any questions about our presentation. It seems like there are none. Thank you for staying through our presentation. We value your time and hope you have gained a full understanding of the application we have produced.